Hey guys, it's Dan with Coin Cerberus, and this is just another video with altcoin news and some crypto analysis. And today I'm going to be going over some of the privacy coins that are out there for you to check out, and just kind of seeing a little overview on a couple of them. The only privacy coin I have is Verge, and I already spoke about Verge in my other videos, so go check that out. But I'll just check out the other privacy coins because when Bitcoin started out, privacy seemed to be one of the biggest kind of attractive features to Bitcoin. While you can have some privacy with Bitcoin, it's not completely in a way that you can hide every bit of information. A lot of the time I've seen articles where certain governments were kind of looking at transactions on the open ledger of certain cryptocurrencies that aren't privacy, to see if these people were paying taxes and paying taxes on their earnings from cryptocurrency. It's only earnings if you take it out of the actual system. If you continue to have it within the cryptocurrency system, you're not actually taking profit until it's actually cash in your bank. Now, if you haven't seen the cryptocurrency market cap today, it's really taking a battering today. Everything is getting slaughtered at the moment. Bitcoin is down. Bitcoin might come down under 10,000 today, or 11,000. Ethereum is getting knocked off its perch. Ethereum was the one saving grace that was going through this kind of red wedding, as like I called it before in my other video. And Ethereum has kind of just been battered down now as well. It's like $200 has come off its price. Ripple is continue. Ripple's got one of the worst beatings in this kind of red wedding at the moment. Cardano as well, and that's because of the media kind of hype behind Ripple is kind of just spinning it out of control at the moment. But nothing is safe. Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin is low again, but Litecoin I think is still a good kind of buy. It's always been cheap and it's still a good currency to trade with online. And even if you look at some of the privacy coins like I'm going to talk about in a second, Dash is down 23%. Monero, which I always thought kind of survived these kind of hits from the market, and it seems to be getting pulled down by this as well. So nothing is safe at the moment, but I do think that these privacy coins have seen some of the better days compared to let's say Ripple, Cardano, any of the top kind of coins that are really affected by this kind of sea of red at the moment, this kind of dip in the market. Gotta think about it as well. I've created this kind of video already before, kind of explaining this, is that this kind of happens nearly every kind of January anyway. Like, you have a lot of people with a lot of money at Christmas time, and they invest in a lot, and then they kind of take it back out because they need money again after Christmas. So it's very easy to see the reasoning why we see this sea of red. But I have to admit, it does freak you out when you see it's huge, like it's 30% every day. You see, like, I took a Ripple out when it was like 30-40 cents, and it's crawling back down there now again. I took Cardano when it was 20 to 30 cents, and it's crawling back down there again. I took IOTA out at around the $2 mark, and now that's coming down there as well. So it is kind of a little bit worrying. Obviously, I'm just going to hold my positions, because even though I could take a little bit of profit out in these now, I just don't want to do that now. I still believe in some of these coins, but we'll just go through the privacy coins at the minute. So the first one I'll talk about is Zcash, and it still has a large value at the moment at 493. One second, we'll just refresh that and see what it is now. It's actually gone up, which is pretty sweet because I've refreshed some of these tabs about 5 or 6 times, and the changes that are happening are insane at the minute. Okay, we know that with cryptocurrencies we're going to get a volatile market, but seeing £100 or $100 difference in some of these coins is massive. It's huge. Obviously, when Zcash came out, it was $4,000, and it just completely tanked in the space of a couple of days. From October to November, it just completely tanked. So obviously, anyone that invested at that time, it wasn't a good investment, and they really got burned. But hopefully, if they've stayed in for the long term, they probably might get their money back in the future. I still think a lot of these privacy coins still have a purpose in the market, whether the Ethereums or the Bitcoins or the Litecoin can create their own privacy elements to their transactions, and then it could make the privacy coins obsolete. That is another question for debate. What I noticed there for a while is that they seemed to be a steady investment for a while anyway. So if you invested there between, let's say between May to December, the beginning of December, it seemed like a steady investment. It was going up and down all the time, little bumps, but it seemed like a steady investment. Then it obviously everything rose at December. A lot of people had more buying power, and then fired back up to its peak of $876.31. But as you can see now, it's been hit by what's happening at the minute. So it's come down to $504.21. So it's lost a lot in the space of just a couple of hours, which isn't great, but still, it's still a good investment at the minute. Obviously, you wouldn't buy at a peak. If you see anything rising like that, it's not a good. Always buy at the dip, and that's kind of a rule of thumb anyway. So if you were buying at that, you're going to have to wait and hold now for you to kind of get your money back out of it. Well, let's take a look at what Zcash is anyway. Zcash is a private cryptocurrency that supports transparent and shielded transactions. So before using Zcash, review our policy and recommendations. Visit our technology page to learn more about the cryptography behind Zcash. So obviously you can see that it has its own wallet, it has third-party wallets as well. I think the Exodus wallet has space for Zcash. I'm not sure if that's the right one. I'm not sure. Obviously, you can get on most exchanges. I'll go 1 second. We'll see where we can get Zcash again. So we'll look at the markets. You can get on Bitfinex, you can get Poloniex and Bittrex, Huobi, Binance as well. Yeah, that's one, and Kraken as well. So it's pretty everywhere. You can get it on nearly every cryptocurrency trading platform, which is pretty cool. And you can also mine it. I'll talk about that in a minute. And Zcash is also like a payment method on the internet as well. That's the main thing of it. It's privacy and a payment method. And a second now, this is how it works. This is what I've been reading up about. Zcash is a decentralized and open source cryptocurrency that offers privacy and selective transparent transactions. Okay, and the way it works is by these ZK Senarks, and that's the main kind of shield that encrypts over the digital information that's being transferred. That's basically what it is. It's basically Zcash enables users to send public payments similarly to the way that Bitcoin work, but it has shielded, both shielded and transparent addresses. So if you wanted to have transparent addresses, you can, but you can also have shielded information as well. And that was kind of one of the reasons why Bitcoin kind of blew up in the first place, it was because had some sort of privacy, and maybe that's why these older cryptocurrencies have kind of developed, is because they want to kind of make a more of a make it more privacy within the kind of crypto industry. Maybe there is room for these coins, and they seem to be pretty popular in the cryptocurrency. If you watch any kind of videos on YouTube, a lot of the big YouTubers talking about cryptocurrencies tend to have the privacy coins, at least one of them. I don't know why the reason. Maybe they just feel that they're kind of within the cryptocurrency world industry. There is a lot of people that believe in the kind of privacy feature of cryptocurrency, and I just noticed, that's just something I noticed. What I did notice as well is that a lot of the privacy coins don't get a lot of press, so they don't really, maybe unless it was negative press, are they going to be used for drug transactions, etc.? Are they going to be used by criminals and criminality? They're always going to be debatable questions. They don't seem to have as much media hype as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, or Ripple. Ripple seems to be one of the biggest media hype trains, that's almost as big as Bitcoin with the media hype. That's just from what I see online so far. But so far, that's just the background with Zcash, and it's trading at $504. But it was nice to see that something is on the way back up, because everything was dropping. Like in the space of a day now, Bitcoin or Zcash was $641, and it's dropped down to $483. And just kind of cash that out again and see what it is now, because you can see that drastic change has gone back up again. It's gone back up to 510, which is pretty good to see something on the rise from this CEO.